You're watching Theme Park Worldwide, where it's time for the start of a brand new series of construction vlogs here on the channel. For over 10 years, I've covered the build of various different projects at a variety of different theme parks. And today I'm here at the Chessington World of Adventures Resort to start documenting the build of Project Amazon. I am really excited to finally see a brand new roller coaster and full themed area open here at the park. Now in this video, I'm going to talk a little bit about what we can expect from the new themed area, what we know so far, and also take a look at the construction work that is already well underway. On the other side of this green fence, there's construction teams already on site, clearing the land and doing early groundwork. It is fantastic to see, and over the next 12 months, we're really going to get to see this new themed area of the park come to life. This isn't a re-theme, this is a brand new area being built on previously unused land for attractions here at the park. It was a green field that has been transformed into a spectacular new roller coaster with 2 flat rides as well. It is going to be absolutely fantastic, and join me over the next 12 months for this series covering the build of Project Amazon. This brand new themed area is set to open next year in 2023, and it's only been a few weeks since Chessington had the planning permission approved. However, they have not messed around at all in getting work started here on the site. The construction walls are up, and as we can see, there's some great signage on the walls already that reads, "Our wildest adventure ever is growing." And yes, you already get a bit of an idea on the theme of this ride. You can see all of the leaves around, all the forest that there's going to be around this ride. And yes, in terms of the theme, well, it's yet to be confirmed. However, I'm going to talk a little bit more about what we know so far. Now, when Chessington first released the plans, one of the first things we noticed was the details of the area. Of course, the roller coaster, 2 supporting flat rides, and also the general layout and infrastructure of the area too. One of the things that a lot of people picked up on, myself included, was the layout of the pathways throughout Project Amazon, and the fact that we could actually see a pathway that resembled Jumanji. Of course, a very popular IP, a big brand. Now, Merlin Entertainment, of course, also own Gardaland, which is a theme park and resort in Italy, and they're opening a Jumanji-themed dark ride. It actually opens in just a couple of weeks' time, at the time of recording this video. So we know that Merlin are now partnered with Jumanji. It is now heavily anticipated that this area is going to be based around Jumanji. We're all 99.9% sure that it's going to be, and unless anything drastic changes, then of course that is going to be this area. However, it's yet to be announced by Merlin or Chessington confirming this here. However, we do know that Merlin are partnered now with Jumanji. They've got the licensing, we know they've got the attraction in Italy, and they've also released last week more information that they can build more theme park rides, themed hotel bedrooms, and so much more. So we are 99.99% sure this is going to be based around Jumanji. So just in case anybody wasn't sure on the exact location of this new themed area, just thought I'd talk about that now. So you've got Dragon's Fury off to the left and Land of the Dragons. The pathway straight down, that leads into Pirates Cove, and the pathway on the right heads down to the Wild Woods. And yeah, as you can see, the construction fences stretch all the way up here back towards the entrance of the park. In fact, that entrance is being rebuilt. So yeah, that's something else we'll be covering throughout these updates. But yeah, as you can see, all the construction fence has been painted green, which looks nice and kind of fits with the suspected theme. But I'd say it is much more than a suspected theme. You know, we're pretty confident on the Jumanji theme for this, and I'm sure it won't be too long until Chessington start to announce more about it. Now, of course, we are right in the park itself. This was a huge green space before. There's not actually been attractions built on here. It was used in the summer as a beach area at one point, and then they've also done various other events on there. However, in general, there's not been anything substantial on that site before, so it's kind of expanding the size of the park and also the capacity with 3 new rides on there. Now, obviously, we're right in the heart of Chessington. There's going to be loads of places to see this ride going up, but yeah, just from here on this little grass area, this is going to be perfect for viewing the ride. And as you can see from up here, you get a fantastic view into the construction sites and over the walls just here. And yeah, you can see already a lot of excavation taking place on the site of Project Amazon. There's a lot of groundwork to be done, especially because this area hasn't been used for rides before. So much groundwork going to have to be done, of course. All the plumbing that's needed, all the electricity wires, all that kind of stuff, drainage. all that's got to be thought about first before moving on to the hardware, of course, for the rides that's going to be going in here. But yeah, you get a great view kind of looking over the site from up here on this hill, and yeah, of course, exactly how big it's going to be as well, because the land does stretch right over to the tree line there. I always like to start these construction updates early because it shows you then how much progress the construction teams are making on site. So much work and planning goes into this even before work starts on site, especially for a park like Chessington that really does struggle getting planning permission for attractions. So I'm just so pleased that they've got the permission. This is definitely being built, and yeah, all the construction walls are in place. So this seems really weird, walking down the pathway here towards Vampire and just seeing the construction wall all the way down the side, because this was quite built up before. Anybody that knows the park well will know they used to have gravestones down here, and yeah, at times this is actually being used as a scare attraction down this pathway. But yeah, they've put the fence right up against the side just here. And yeah, they've nicely sealed it in as well. There's no little holes that you can really peek through there, but obviously there's so many different views where we're going to be able to see into the site. And obviously from On Dragon's Fury, as much as not going to be able to film on the ride here, going to be able to go up there, see what's going on, and kind of relay that back to you in these updates. But yeah, that's why I wanted it to be its own series. We covered Icon at Blackpool Pleasure Beach, Wicker Man at Alton Towers, the Smiler, all them projects, and it's going to be the same here. And also, of course, once planning permission has been confirmed for Project Exodus at Thorpe Park, we'll be doing the exact same there. And with that being a huge tall ride, we're going to be able to get loads of updates from Exodus at Thorpe Park. I'll be down here on a regular basis, at some point even every few days, you know, when we get to the major parts of the construction. But yeah, a lot of the site has been cleared. Some trees have gone from here, definitely. And this looks to me like the site office just there on the left hand side. You can see the shipping containers. Yeah, that's like the construction office. In fact it is, yeah, you can see the Merlin Magic Making branding on there. But yeah, like you look at this here, we're literally down towards Vampire, and yeah, all this site here on the left hand side being completely blocked off now. Right then, let's get on to the juicy stuff, shall we, and talk about the ride hardware. So we know there's going to be 3 attractions within the area. 2 of them are going to be supporting flat rides. Great to see that Chessington are really thinking about this and putting in the flats. It's going to be a complete package area, this one, which is very exciting. Now, the 2 flat rides, obviously when they put the application in, they kind of said, oh, that we could build this or we might build this. You know, lots of different flat rides were considered. I'd imagine by now they know what the rides are, they've purchased the rides, and yeah, the groundwork that's taking place is most likely going to be for those rides as well. You know, we're already seeing a lot of work taking place over there. It's not all going to be work on the coaster now. We're going to be seeing the overall area infrastructure coming together, or at least in the next few weeks as more groundwork progresses. So yeah, with the flat rides, when we see the actual bases, I think we're really going to have more of an idea on the 2 that they've picked. Now, the real juicy stuff is, of course, the coaster hardware. Now, there's been so much speculation, myself and lots of other people, because we're all really interested in the coaster. Who's manufacturing it? All we know is the layout. We know that it's going to feature an inversion, and so yeah, that is about all really. So in terms, and we know the elevations, but we don't actually know who's building it. Now, I was originally, there's been a couple of kind of teams, if you like, people saying, oh, I think it's this and I think it's that. I was always on the kind of B&M team. You know, a lot of people were saying this could be some form of new sort of family B&M coaster. We know that B&M a few years ago did a family inverted coaster. Maybe they're looking at doing some kind of shuttle, because we know this isn't a complete circuit ride. But then, hang on a minute, is that really B&M sort of thing, you know? So yeah, I was initially thinking, yes, B&M. Now, after putting more thought into it, and of course hearing about Project Exodus at Thorpe and the details that are going on there, that potentially could we maybe be seeing a Mack roller coaster here. Now, there was kind of Team Mack, Team B&M. I'm kind of leaning more towards the Mack now. We still don't know. Obviously the park know that have purchased the ride, and later this year Track's going to be arriving, and that's when we're really going to know. However, until that point, it's still speculation. I'm starting to think now, maybe instead of going for a wing coaster from B&M, we could be seeing some kind of Mack coaster. Now, obviously, the fact that the station has got loading on both sides, this is what made us think about a wing coaster, you see. So maybe we could be seeing a row, maybe a row of 4 seats. However, 2 of the seats are above the track and one's on either side, kind of a Mack Rides Big Dipper possibly. And then with what Europa released a few days ago about their new coaster with the bigger trains for the Big Dipper, could we potentially be seeing something like that for this ride? So you know, this is by no means confirmation, this is just speculation still about the manufacturer, but I'm leaning more towards a Mack roller coaster than a B&M coaster now, especially with the size of the site. You know, B&Ms normally take up a lot of space, and also as well, it'd be unlike anything else. B&Ms are complete circuit rides, you know, so this would be very unique if so. So I'm thinking they may be gone for that. However, who knows? Well, we will know later this year, but nobody knows at the moment, or at least not publicly anyway. There's a lot of rumours, a lot of rumblings behind the scenes. However, yeah, that's kind of what I'm getting so far. So Jumanji, and of course, we could potentially be seeing a Mack coaster, which would make sense with Exodus at Thorpe Park being a Mack, or at least most likely to be a Mack. Could there be a deal what they've done there? But still, it could end up being a B&M. You know, anything's possible at this early stage, you know, it really is. But I just wanted to get that out there, talk more about the manufacturer. Until track arrives, or at least we see construction teams from them, either company arriving, who knows. But yeah, I'd be very surprised if it wasn't one of those two. However, anything is possible. So yes, it's all very interesting. As much as we know quite a lot about the project now, there's still things like the manufacturer and the flat rides that we're really still speculating on, which I really like, and it adds to it. If we knew everything, then yeah, there'd be no point in doing these updates, would there? It would be nowhere near as exciting. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it all coming together, or as the park are saying, growing here in the park. We're going to see so much of the construction happening for this throughout the year. That's why I really wanted to be here on a regular basis, documenting everything that's going on. I spend a lot of time down south, so it's easy just to come into the park and bring you some nice updates. And yeah, I love watching it back myself. I was recently watching Icon back, the Smiler, and also Wicker Man, and they were great times. And this is going to be as well, watching the build of an epic new ride here at Chessington. But yeah, just here on the right is actually where the inversion's going to be. It's going to be somewhere here, and then yeah, we're going to actually see the entrance into the area of this pathway, which is very exciting. Now, is this pathway going to remain open for the whole season, or will this close off? Who knows? I'm kind of expecting this pathway to maybe close off later in the year, especially when the coaster itself goes vertical, as in construction really picks up. But you never know. I mean, they've done a good job of the fence, so I don't think it's too temporary. The fact they've painted it green, obviously they've put all of the branding on there as well. Yeah, it's very interesting stuff. Now, whilst I'm talking about this, I also wanted to say about the main entrance that is being refreshed. So yeah, as you can see, this is the other entrance up here to the park. I would class this really as the main entrance now, because a lot of the time, if you just come in as a day visitor, you park over here and you come in this way. But if you're a hotel guest, or if you're coming on the train, you come in the other way. But yeah, you can see a lot of trees have been cleared here, and yeah, they're completely redoing the entrance to the park. So we'll see how that progresses over the next kind of few weeks, yeah, and see you know, how long that's going to take. I don't know when that's going to be completed. Probably later this year, I'd imagine. However, yeah, it's going to be really interesting. There's still a lot of unknown with this whole project, but you're going to have this spectacular new coaster here, a new entrance here. Chessington kind of feels like it's been reborn. It's finally getting all the investment that it's deserved over the years. Fantastic to see. Well, that brings us to the end of our first Project Amazon construction update from Chessington here on Theme Park Worldwide. And what a year it's going to be. 12 months from now, I'd imagine we're going to be riding this new attraction and stepping into a new theme world here at Chessington. And that's really exciting. You've got to think this park has really not seen a massive expansion like this for many, many years. It's also the first new roller coaster since Dragon's Fury opens. Yeah, that was a long time ago, back in 2004. So that is certainly very exciting. But there we go. Stay tuned to us here at Theme Park Worldwide for all of the latest updates. Like I say, I'll be making regular trips down here, even if I'm just in the area doing other things, nipping into Chessington and coming and covering Project Amazon. But I'm so excited for this, just seeing the construction walls up, all the signage, and yeah, work already happening on the other side of that fence. I'm sure next time I'm here in a few weeks, there's going to be even more to cover. But there we go. If you haven't already, check out the vlog from last week, here from Chessington, going around the park and seeing all of the other updates, because they've had a very busy winter, and yeah, still a lot of ongoing maintenance projects as well. So I cover all of that in the vlog. That leaves me with one final thing to say. Get out there and keep on riding. See you in the next video.